You know what? Every time he talks, he's in air quotes. Everything is ironic to him.
Yeah, and the thing is, I find that style of humor gets a little tiresome because it's pretending to be risky, but it's actually playing it safe. Because you can disown anything that doesn't work. You can say, "Oh, I told you that was going to be a bad joke."
Right.
But Ben Affleck, do you know this? Ben Affleck and I went to the same summer camp. Different times, we didn't know each other.
That's fascinating.
We went to the same summer camp. You see, I knew you.
That is incredible.
So.
Of all the Oscar
that's my
trivia I've heard
proximity
tonight.
to greatness, to the luster of the Oscars.
A little more broadly,
Yes.
he owned Hollywood at a very young age. Won for screenplay.
Yeah.
Wrote an amazing film with Matt Damon.
Yeah.
And then things didn't go so well for him.
Well, he tried to be the kind of big movie star, and he was in some pretty bad
some stinkaroos.
movies. Daredevil. What was that one? Reindeer Games. Remember that one?
There's a big J-Lo moment.
Yeah, and there was Geely, however you say it, Geely. But he's a good filmmaker.
Now he made three great movies,
three
right?
good movies. He takes it seriously. He's learned the craft, and I think it's an interesting kind of thing that happened in the narrative of this year's Oscars when the nominees came out, when the nominations were announced on January 10th, and his name was not in the Best Director list. Everyone thought, well, that's it for Argo. It's all going to be Lincoln.
Best break he ever had.
In a funny way, yeah. Because he handled it graciously and with good humor.
As he always does.
And also people remembered, hey, I really like that movie, Argo. I mean, Argo opened up a little before the others.
Plus, I really like that guy, that Ben Affleck guy.
Yes, and this is, I mean, the Oscars are the film industry voting on its own, and it is a lot about the sort of the friendships and reputations and connections and sort of who you are to those people in that town.
Which is why Argo's going to win and Lincoln is not.
I agree. I think that is true.
But you picked Lincoln.
I didn't pick Lincoln.
You picked Argo.
I picked Argo for Best Picture. I prefer Lincoln. We've discussed. Are we going to have the Lincoln
Let's just have
fight
it shortly.
again?
It was long and a little boring.
It was very moving and very and very profound, and reached a level when you're thinking about the dramatization of historical reality. It reached a level of thematic richness and emotional power that Argo did not. Argo is a much more. It's a very good movie. It's a very well made movie. It's an entertaining movie. It's a much more superficial, surface level, easy movie.
You know what it reminded me a lot of?
Which?
Lincoln.
What?
The Oscars.
Spending 3 hours with me?
No, the Oscars. 3.5 hours. You know how it's going to end. You know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, there are a lot of long, boring speeches in the middle of it. Lincoln, Oscars. Same thing.